Hey guys, so let's start with our Linux commands. So this will be a basic class for Linux commands. Let's check it out. So what is the first command that we're going to do is first check where we are actually. That means the directory that we are in it. So to check that we use pwd command. So it prints the current directory. We are in currently under the abhi directory which I have made previously. So this, wherever you are, you can find the path, the whole path, and go to that. So the next command is ls. We'll use it for listing the details of any files. So we can see that two files are already available in our directory abhi. So these two files are available, and this is we use it to list all the file details that are available regarding that particular file. Now the most important command, the type of command for ls that we use is ls hyphen ltr. ls space hyphen ltr. LTR is used for the to see the file details. That means it will display the details in list form, ascending order, and with time. Okay, so let's check it that how this ls-ltr works. Right. So here it is. Now what we can see that it is showing for both the files. Right. It is showing for both the files the space that it is taking, the user who has created it and who has edited it, and the access level. The leftmost column that you can see is the access level: read, write, and execute. Now for read, write, and execute, every file has read, write, and execute for each type of user. That is, the types of user are the logged in user, the user who has created this file, and the user who can view this file. So when a user who has created this file would have all the access: read, write, and execute, right? The other users won't have that amount of same level of access. So that access is defined: read, write, and execute access is equal to 7. That means read has 3, write has 2, and execute has 2. So this equals to 7. Now you can see that none of the file has the full access of read, write, and execute. Now we need to, as I have created the file, I already have the execute access. Now I want to give the execute level of access to all the members of my team. So what will I do? I'll use the chmod command, change mod. Okay. What I'll do, I'll use the chmod command and will give the whole execute access to all of my team members. Suppose this is my requirement. So what I'll do, I'll use chmod. Uh, we can use 777 also. 777 will give execute to all the users, right? So I don't want to give it to all the users. I just want to give it to my team. So what I'll do, I'll use uh, just it's another form which is called a plus x. A plus x means it will give the execute access to the last last part. The last part that you can see is uh, uh, the person who is not having already the access, right? So what we'll do, we'll use chmod a plus x. So as you can see here, now we have given it to the first directory and it turns into green. Now from white to green, now it has got the execute access. It has a proper level of restriction on it, and it has become a proper directory. That's why it is showing in green. Now we can do the same for the second directory also, and you will see that again the color will change for it. Now we will do ls-ltr, and here we go. Okay, so this is how you change the modification of the directory. Now one important command that we will use is making a directory. We have seen making a file. We will see making a directory using mkdir, making directory. Now we will make a directory in the current path only. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we will use uh, yes, we will use Linux text as the name of the directory. Now the directory has been created. Now what we will do, uh, as this is empty directory, we will move a file. We can create a file also. We will move a file. We will move the first file, and we will see. Now you can see here that we have moved the file, and the blue one is the directory that we have just created, and the green one is the file that we have moved into this directory. Sorry, the green one is already available in the file. The second one, the first file that I have clicked above, it has been already moved into the directory. That's why it is not showing here. It will show into the new created directory. So we will use the cd command. Okay, we'll use the cd command and we'll move to that particular directory. Cd is change directory. When you change the directory to the newly created directory, and you will go inside it. So cd linux text and vrc, it's the path which is showing as linux text. So we are in the linux text. You can see here is the path home abhi linux text, correct? So what we are currently into the linux text. We have moved the file in it, use ls, and you can see that the file is already available here. So we have learned three commands in one go. First is mkdir, simply make a directory. Second is change directory. Second is move, mv, moving a file from one directory to another, and change directory, changing a directory from one directory to another. Okay, so for changing directory, you need to know the whole path, or if you have to go to the subsequent file directory, then you can directly do type the file path name. So now we are into the Linux text directory. Now what we will do is we'll check the disk space. Okay, so disk space, there are two types of checking. One is df and one is du. Df is disk free and du is disk usage. So first we will check df. So df hyphen h, h is human readable form. Okay, so this is the partition of the disk what is already available in the Linux, and it will show the partitions as it has been maintained from the starting. So this is the disk free space. The whatever numbers you are seeing, this is the free space that is available in your current Linux VM machine. Now du-h, sorry, it's I've written df-h, but it should be du-s. Du-s is disk used space. Whatever has been used, it will be available in this. So you can see is only this much has been 5 or 9 KB is available. It has been used till now. So it's a uh, new VM that I'm using. So nothing much is there. Now again, you can create a file in this. Again, there are other methods. So one of them is touch, which is widely used. Touch will do whatever file you are creating, it will create an empty file. While previously we created a file using VI, there we have to enter something while creating a file. If you don't enter, it won't be created. For touch will directly create an empty file. You can later enter anything in it. Okay, so we have created file with using touch. Now for reading what is available in the file, if you don't want to edit it, always use cat. If you want to edit it, then open in the VI editor. As it says, it's an editor, you need to open in VI editor. But if you don't want to edit it, just use cat. Okay, it will read, it will display all the details available in it. But currently we don't have any matter in it, so it will just display a blank space. Now, what I will do, we need to add something in it so that we can check that if it displays anything while using a cat. So again, we'll use the VI editor and open the file in VI editor and install .text. So it's a text file. So in a text file, you can enter anything, just write any line, any number, any name. It doesn't matter. So